Has any of the changes to any of these formats changed the way that you've had to keep score on these numbers?
No, because if a national level event doesn't follow the format, then they don't count towards the point series.
Makes sense.
Yep, which is fine on their side. I mean, they're not doing that for the points. They're doing that because they want to host an event. So. Guys, you're not looking at Eric over there. You're looking at Pro as the guest co-host tonight. I'm so excited. Guys, welcome to episode 112 of the Drag Driver Pete Show presented by Summit Racing. Tonight, it's going to be a crazy show. All right, let's talk about some Driven Racing Oil event updates because I'm trying to get to Derek here in about 13 minutes. So, Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-field drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection. Listen, y'all have heard all that. I just want to go buy Driven Racing Oil. Just do it. Jeff came all the way from Ohio to be at the circuit to talk about Driven Racing Oil with racers, to be there for people. There were so many times where I saw people over asking questions about stuff, and I know him being there helped push people into Driven Racing Oil because he was able to tell all the stuff. But one more step further, find Driven Racing Oil, drivenracingoil.com, and Driven Racing Oil on all their social sites. But when you're ordering, guys, make sure you use DDR10 for a 10% discount on your entire order. That covers oils, spray wax, all kinds of stuff. They got window cleaners, engine degreasers, and then obviously merch and all that kind of stuff too. So DDR10 for Drag Driver Pete 10% discount on your entire purchase. So please hit them up. Well, let's talk about some events. Obviously, the circuit happened this last weekend. We're going to talk about it the second half of the show, but I couldn't not mention it because East Coast Drag and Drive also had their event this weekend, and I'm excited to have Jason on the show on Saturday morning to talk about their experience of there in the Northeast. This was a literally New Brunswick. You can see there Miramichi, New Brunswick was where they hosted the event, and they had a great time, man. It looked like it was awesome, and for the first year of the event, looks like they had a huge turnout. But there are 6 events in the month of July, which is a little less than what there was in June. But we've got like Street Week Sweden, which I need an invite to that. I think we need to go next year. That would be awesome. It starts next week, July 6th through 12th at Montauk Park. And then you got All Stars Drag and Drive, which is in Australia, which is like the fastest growing country for drag and drives, dude. It's crazy. Down there, July 10th through 13th, a weekend event down there at Willowbank Dragway. Streetcar Challenge, which is another event here in the States. This is down in the south at Baileyton Drag Strip, which is in Baileyton, Alabama, I think. This one here is new. It's July 17th through 20th. This is like 300 or 400 miles, 4 tracks. I'm interested to see how this works because this is one of the few times that we've actually seen a drag strip itself host a drag and drive. So, usually the drag strips are pretty good promoters. So they've been doing great. So if you're on Facebook, look up Streetcar Challenge 2025, and that'll take you over there. That's July 17th through 20th. July 18th through 20th, we're back for the Road Trip Drag Challenge number 2 of the year, back in Australia again. So that's 2 in Australia in 1 month. That's the first time that's really ever happened, which is kind of exciting. And then next up, Miles of Mayhem. This is our next national drag and drive event on the Drag and Drive World Champion Points Series. This one here, Miles of Mayhem, 5th or 6th year for them. These guys are absolutely crushing it. July 20th through 25th. Jesse Fox is trying to work out how he's going to get up there, but he needs some clients. I know he probably would hate me saying this publicly because him and I were having conversations about it. This is a big trip for him. This is a long way. It costs a lot of money for him to get up there and do this. So if you're looking for photo packages and you're in the Miles of Mayhem event, hit him up, let him know, because he wants to come up there and take photos for you, I promise. And then the last event for the month, because I got to get ready to go announce it, Heads Up Hustle, Ubley Dragway and Mid-Michigan Motorplex. This is the only event I like. I literally just, I'd go up and talk on the mic the whole time. It's weird. It's very strange. Very strange. I talked on the mic at the circuit one time for about 3 minutes. So this one here, you're going to hear my lovely voice up there the entire time. So I'm kind of excited and ready. This one, I'm probably going to take my camera setup and stuff and my live streaming stuff. And I don't know, maybe set up a camera in the tower is probably the easiest way to do it. That way I don't have to worry about being connected to the microphone and all that kind of stuff. So it should be pretty fun. Again, this is is like the third year for Heads Up Hustle. It's really a neat format, 2 days of drag and drive racing at tracks, and then that sets the ladder for a Heads Up shootout for each class. So pretty cool. I love all the new formats that are coming out.
Well, and the fact that you're seeing this in so many countries, I didn't even realize that Sweden had a drag racing scene.
Oh yeah, dude, big time. Those guys don't play around with anything they do. The Stockholm Open. Jake House here saying East Coast Drag and Drive was awesome. I left a set of tires on the road in New Brunswick. Boy, that's what I'm talking about. And then GW in here, what's up, buddy? Great to see you this weekend. Thank you for all the work you put into the track there at Tulsa Raceway Park. And then Robert Voss, I still have a drag and drive hangover. I miss my race car friends. Robert Voss, I'm gonna need you to stay on the show here for just a little bit. I've got a fun announcement to make here at the end of the circuit winners list for you, sir. So Heads Up Hustle, that's the last one we're talking about. That gives us 6 events in the month of July, and there were 12 events in the month of June. Absolutely crazy to think there's 18 in 2 months. There are still, from today, today is July 2nd, there's still 26 events left in 2025. How's that make you feel, dude?
That's a lot of events, and I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm your temporary co-host and not your permanent co-host, because that's a lot of driving. That's a lot of tallying numbers.
I mean, it's really crazy to me that like when this whole thing started, there were 11 events in 2022. I thought, man, this will be a great part-time gig. This will be fun. I'll be able to do all this stuff. And now there are 50 in the year of 2025. So it's crazy.
I can't imagine trying to keep up with all of those numbers.
It's pretty wild. And that's really, to be honest, that's why we haven't done much with like regional point stuff, is mainly because of events kind of like Heads Up Hustle or Back to the Streets, is because that is the opportunity for promoters to test different format, right? So if our style of stuff is you need to use averages for the class winners or class standings, and a lot of events are doing heads up stuff, which is really cool. I mean, listen, that's what a lot of people want. They want that heads up, they want that side by side, all that. So it's great to have regional events. I just don't know how I could put all of that together with points and everything like that.
Has any of the changes to any of these formats changed the way that you've had to keep score on these numbers?
No, because if a national level event doesn't follow the format, then they don't count towards the point series.
Makes sense.
Yep, which is fine on their side. I mean, they're not doing that for the points. They're doing that because they want to host an event. So if you haven't done it yet, dragdriverepeat.com/event list-2025 will get you over to every event that's listed on there and links to them and all that kind of stuff. I think I have some dust in the...
Are you going to make it through the show?
I don't know, man. I may be glad I sent you notes. And we didn't talk to Derek Putnam being on here yet. So again, thanks to Driven for the help, the support this year. Thank you for being at the circuit. We really appreciate you guys being over there. And this weekend was full of it with all of our race car friends that were at the circuit 2025. We had a blast. We can't do this without you guys. I don't know if you know that or not. I know I say it every time, but I hope you're listening for the first time right here, because it was amazing. It was awesome to have the time during the racer parties, the block party, to just spend some time with people. I know we don't typically get to do that with the drag and drive. We look at it a little differently over at the circuit and try and give people a ton of time that they can spend together. So thank you for being a race car friends. Hit the share button as we go in here. Thank you so much to our sponsors for Drag Drive Repeat. We really appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. Without them, we couldn't do what we do right here. We attend like 12 or 15 events a year. We buy equipment. We do all the stuff we can do. It's because of these guys right here. So as you are shopping for parts, please hit up Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, who saved my butt and got us back on the road for the circuit, J-Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Yes, if you're trying to spend some money, spend it over there.